Southeast Pit Report, and we are here with Major League's Matt and Brian.
Hello. How are you guys?
Awesome. So go ahead and tell us, how's Warped Tour going so far?
Great. It's incredible. It's amazing that anybody believes in your music enough to pay you to have an opportunity to play in front of like thousands of people through a 2.5 month period. So yeah, it's incredible.
Right. So how do y'all get on to Warped Tour? Like, what's the process of getting on the list?
I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the team behind us, like our management, our booking agent. I mean, they're really the guys that are doing all the work for us. We just kind of go up and act like fools for 30 minutes on stage. So I was like, well, it's good enough. We'll push it. So.
Awesome. So tell us about the name of your latest album and how are people accepting it, embracing it? Is it what you expected or even better?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's the record's called There's Nothing Wrong With Me, and growing up I had dealt with anxiety and depression and all that kind of stuff, and through writing the record, you know, just kind of found out more about myself and about us as people when we sat down and really like went through everything. It was kind of like this realization that, you know, when it comes down to it, it's just how we're made. It's just the way, and it was more of a message for other people going through that kind of stuff. It's just like, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just some people are puddles, some people are oceans. It's just like, some people are deeper than others, some people feel things, you know, a lot more than others, and you know, so that's kind of how that all came about, just through the writing process. It just, once that name was thrown out there, it was kind of like, yes, like
I think
that sums it up.
It's definitely a record where it kind of shows who we really are, being that we started with a new lineup, and it was Brian's first time doing vocals, and you know, I think in the beginning we were kind of like, oh well, I don't know how people are going to take it. I mean, I know for one, I knew that there would be like people that would hate it. Obviously, it's with every record, but it's surprisingly done better than I personally thought.
Yeah,
people would take it. Like, you know, I would think like, all right, we do a record with a new singer, people are like, old stuff's better, and then the next record we'd be like, I guess it's not that bad, and kind of like had to
build from there. I mean, it's basically restarting of the band. You know, it's hard.
So saying you dealt with anxiety and depression, is that like the crowd y'all kind of reach out to, saying there's hope? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think we try and like just reach out to everybody. I mean, there's songs about girls and stuff, but that's not really like our forte. Like, it's not like, and there's nothing against that. It's just everybody's like has done it already, and I feel like it's a stigma that people are afraid to talk about. And there are bands that do talk about it, and it's some of my favorite bands. Some of my favorite bands are the ones that, when I'm feeling my like lowest, I put on that music, and it helps me realize that you're not alone and you're not the only one. So I felt like this was a great opportunity to kind of like, through this rebirth of the band and rebirth of like having a new frontman and stuff, I didn't want to just be the next singer of the band and come in and just kind of like, hey, here's the same shit you heard before. It's kind of like this, you know, I wanted to kind of like let people know who I am a little bit, because nobody really knows me. They only knew me as just the guitarist. So it's kind of like you're getting a new introduction into the band, and you're getting a new introduction into what everything is going to be from here on out. And that's not to say that everything is going to be about that kind of subject matter, but for the start, we wanted it to be like, hey, I want to let you know how I am. So,
and I think that's kind of what I like that puts us like at a place from other bands. Is like we don't just sing about, you know, anxiety or just depression or like girls, whatever. Like how he said, like we kind of just sing whatever is going on in our lives. I mean, but when we do sing about anxiety and depression, it's like kind of, hey, it's normal to have that. Like, it's not, you know, that's why we want to try and group to everyone, because like we want everyone to not be, you know, afraid when they kind of have that stuff going on. So.
All right, Matt, if Brian wasn't doing music, what would he be doing?
He needs me. He's the whole reason why I'm here.
Gotcha. What would Matt be doing if he wasn't doing music?
Sports. Trying to think what else you're really good at. You're really good at sports. It's like uncanny how like crazy he is at sports. Like it'll be like, we'll be playing games and everybody's like, oh, you ever play this before? Like, nope. And he's like the best at it. It's just so probably something to do with sports, I would say.
All right. So first word that comes to mind after the next two questions. Best part of Warped Tour.
Food.
I was just say catering.
Food's the best. Okay.
It's so good here.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And worst part of Warped Tour.
Heat.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
This is why I run it.
Awesome. All right. So question here is, what's the most awkward thing someone's asked you to sign?
The other day, some kid asked me to sign his forehead. He's like, hey man, I don't really have anything for you to sign, but can you sign my head? I was like, yeah, okay.
Is he gonna go get a tattoo later?
I hope not. Oh, please don't do that.
No.
I wasn't there for the forehead sign, but I mean,
either that or somebody else's merch. That's always kind of weird.
Yeah,
like,
that's kinda
hey, I don't have anything, and I don't really have anything of yours, and I also don't have any money left, but will you sign this transit shirt? I'm like, oh, I feel like they'd be mad.
we literally
I don't
just
really
kind of
wanna put
had
my
that
stuff
happen.
on
Like
there.
we just finished the signing at the No Sleep tent, and this kid came up and was like, oh, nice to meet you guys. Like sign it, and then he was like, oh, see you guys at 5:50, and he pointed to the sign, and it was Moose Blood. And we were like, yeah, we're not Moose Blood. So sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
He thought he met this band and was
Yeah.
all excited.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, guys, what is after Band Warped Tour?
You're allowed to say.
We can't say yet, but it's a very cool tour in
Okay.
the fall. It's very different for us. We've done a Mayday Parade tour, which is pop tour. Then we did a Silverstein tour, which was like, more like screamo hardcore, and now Warped Tour, which is kind of everything. And then this one is more of a harder tour. So
Gotcha.
just something nice to wrap up the record cycle.
All right, you guys, be on the lookout for Major League now that you know there's a secret happening. So we will see y'all later. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Awesome.